name is Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as from Lawon, Colum, Africa. Good day! Please, like I've always clamored, please. I know you love what we're doing. Subscribe to my channel. Love it. I beg, be on my channel. You get the best news. I love you guys. Sometimes also comment on this social media. It helps my growth. Share, please. It's very important you share. Hello, wonderful people. Now we are doing more rebranding. Very soon we'll be having merch and perks that you can get on the channel. But for now, you can give us super thanks, super messages. You can join or subscribe, which is great for us. And whatever you give us through YouTube is helping us to build more content. Now we are doing like 2-3 videos in a week. Sometimes we do 5. We can do more content for you. We can tell you more truth you need to know about F1 and what they hide from you guys. We can tell you the reality, the things we see, and be more concise with you. We can give you more videos like you want to see and you want to hear the truth. So you can go on the super thanks and click and see how you can donate to us, and you can also join. And some of the merch will be coming now. Some will be in form of tags or clicks in which you can add when you go to the comment section. But very soon we have some other merch that we can send to you, merchandise we can send to you to appreciate you for following us, and you would love it. The Las Vegas Grand Prix has come to an end. Before I say much, I have to say this. It was, to me, one of the best races we've had this season. And for the track, like I said, the racing will give us a very good racing. I'm sorry the video dropped late. It was due to some technical issues we had with our lightning. A lot of things came up. So I'm so sorry about that. And the race was one of the best races we've had this season. And surprise, I thought Max Verstappen said he didn't like this track. Why did he have to win again? I don't understand. He said he didn't like the track, he didn't like the race, he didn't like the organization. He was moaning and bemoaning and moaning about the race all through the weekend. Why would you have to win? I don't understand. Explain why you would have to win. Something you don't like, you just leave it and let every other person win now. Well, anyway, because me, I'm angry. He had to win because he said he didn't like the race. So he should have just bolted himself out from the beginning. But anyway, congratulations to Max Verstappen. His 18th win of the season. And I think there's still a lot of work to be done by the stewards and F1, because a lot of wrong calls, a lot of wrong penalties, a lot of wrong things done in the race. I think F1 fans deserve more than this. We deserve more than this because we are watching the races. We know what is happening. I'm right from giving penalties to Carlos Sainz down to the racing. I think there's a lot for F1 to do with penalties and the way they look at things. Let me get straight to the point. 315,000 fans in the stands all through the race. That is massive. I told you the economic impact this would have for that $500,000 investment. I told you it's about $1.3 to $1.7 billion economic regain to Las Vegas just this year. How much will it bring next year? But I will analyze that to you maybe during the course of the week. But that is massive. 315k people, as in for the first Las Vegas race. Which race has given us that? As in, Las Vegas race was formerly called the Caesars Palace race. That was in 81 and 82. It's first called the Las Vegas race this season, and we're having 315,000 fans. That is massive. And to Shaquille O'Neal, that man would never stop amazing me. He's such a wonderful person and he's down to earth. He had pictures with Red Bull, had pictures with team principal, his giant posture, everything. He had it, and immediately he was leaving, they were trying to ask him a question about the race. The only thing he was saying is Lewis Hamilton through. And I was like, what? This guy's so funny. You just top bar Red Bull, and right beside Max Verstappen's car, you saying Lewis Hamilton. Guy, I love this guy. He never stopped his opinion. Even in basketball, he says it the way he feels it. He's a funny person, and I love you, Shakino. Now to the main race, because there's so much excitement, a lot of talking points that we cannot finish in 2 hours, I can tell you. But I'll do my best to make this video short because we can't finish the whole action. This race is full of action. The overtaking, the traffic, the build up, the restart, the VSC, no red flag, but lots of yellow flags and VSCs, but not as much as some races. This race is lit. The DRS zones are massive. Even without the DRS, the cars can race closer. Lots of activities. Right from the beginning, Max Verstappen was able to push Charles Leclerc in turn 1 out of position, making Charles Leclerc lose his position to him. And the accident from the beginning, Lewis Hamilton being tapped by Carlos Sainz from behind, giving him a heavy hook that spun around Carlos Sainz Sainz, Fernando Alonso not being able to hold himself, trying to overtake, spun around, faced Bottas, caused another accident, a lot of bow job, bringing some up runners backward and giving those behind a chance to move upward in turn 1. And for Max Verstappen's troubles of chasing Charles Leclerc out of position, it was given 5-second penalty, in which I would say it should be a 10-second penalty. That was not because Max Verstappen was not having temperature in his tire. It was because he purposely did that. We all know Max Verstappen will do that. He has done that not just in this race. He did that in Baku. Yeah, he did that in US, but not as much as this. Permanently pushed him off the track, and I think that should be a 10-second penalty, because we all know how fast the Red Bull is, and giving him a 5-second penalty does not just help. We know he will still win the race, which he did. He won the race. So for me, I thought it could have been a 10-second penalty for his troubles, because it was something he did on purpose. It's not that he didn't see Charles Leclerc. He saw him, but he did that on purpose. The race was run on ambient temperature of 18 degrees and track temperature of 18 degrees for you to know how cold it was out there. Now, Lando Norris spun out. What a pity for Lando Norris, I really felt for him losing points today. He spun out on lap 3, causing the VSC, losing his front tires, going a big banging into the Tech Pro barriers, and he was later taken to the clinical facility on the track. From there, he was transported to the hospital in Las Vegas to be checked. Now, Charles Leclerc, all through the race, he was a man on a mission, and he did his best. On lap 16, he was able to retake the lead back from Max Verstappen, and at that point, Max Verstappen was able to go into the pit to change his tires, because his front right tires were already wearing out. He was already losing grip, he was losing tires. Safety car was out on lap 27. That was caused by George Russell and Max Verstappen. And that incident, I think it was a racing incident, because on that corner, it was a big risk Max Verstappen was taking. It was a very big risk he was taking. I don't think he should be expecting George Russell to see him, in which he himself said that George Russell did not see him. George Russell was not expecting him to be there. He himself knew George Russell didn't see him, because I love him for one thing. He's an honest person to a point. He's an honest person. He will come out and tell you the way it is. Sometimes, not every time, but most times he's so honest, like he did yesterday during the driver presser after the qualifying. So he said that George Russell didn't see him, but turned on him because he didn't see him. He didn't expect him to be there. So by the time George Russell was turning in, he caused a crash on him, and he got 5 seconds, in which I believe that should not be a 5 seconds. That should have been a racing incident. If they had looked at, they should know that it was on George Russell's blind spot. So I don't know the camera that the stewards were looking at. Maybe it's an imaginary camera that they are looking at, because you should know that on that side you don't overtake. Nobody should expect you to overtake on that side of the track. Well, he got 5 seconds penalty, which took him out of 4th position in the final standing to 8th position final standing. Our pins were on fire. They were just overtaking themselves. It was just out there. They really fought it out. The team told them to hold positions, but Ocon refused. It was like, this one, I'm going out all on it, and I'm going to make my position stand in this race. It was interesting what the Alpines did out there. So sorry for the ass. Most times they have good qualifying, they qualify higher, but their race pace is not just there. The tire management is not there for them. For the Alpha Tauri, Daniel Ricciardo really suffered out there. He was just like a sitting duck all through the race. He was unable to do anything. His teammates suffered a transmission issue that made him retire his car. Also for Nico Hülkenberg, he had to retire because he was unable to continue due to, I think it was power issue on his car. Now to Charles Leclerc, he was able to retake his position on track to go back to number 1 on lap 36. He overtook Sergio Perez. Now let me talk about Sergio Perez. Yesterday during qualifying, he was told to go and sit down because he has qualified. That was in Q2, and at the end of the day he qualified 12th. Today he had a larger rear wing than Max Verstappen when he took the lead of the race from Charles Leclerc. Now he was unable to hold the lead of the race or pull away from Charles Leclerc because his wing was quite larger, and he was unable to generate the right downforce to pull away. Charles Leclerc closed onto him, overtook him, which brought Max Verstappen in play. Why was he on a larger wing? This is race. This is a weekend in which they had the FP1, FP2, FP3. I think Red Bull knew what they were going into, what he was going into. Instead of telling Max Verstappen to tow him all through the race, that is not needed. You already know he's lost out. He was starting from 11th. You are giving him a wing that will not favor him. I think for Red Bull, it is not interesting. It is not something I think Red Bull should have done. And it's showing who they really are and how they are really treating Sergio Perez. Seriously, the way they see Sergio Perez in that team has really shown, because when I keep saying it, that they are not treating this guy well, they are sabotaging him, they are sabotaging his car. This race has really shown the way they are treating Sergio Perez. They might come out and say, oh no, because they thought this would that. No, you don't think this would be, because immediately Max Verstappen was able to overtake Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc was unable to hold him down again. He got closer, but because of the smaller rear wings on the Red Bull of Max Verstappen was able to hold him off till he was able to pull away from him. And I think this should not be. I think Red Bull should look into the way they are treating him. And let me quickly talk about Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton coming back into the race had a strong pace and he had a tangle with Oscar Piastri. If you are giving George Russell 5 seconds for the tangle he had with Max Verstappen, then you should give Piastri the same 5 seconds for hitting Lewis Hamilton and destroying his race. But I think that was a racing incident. This George Russell issue too should have been a racing incident, and I think he's not done. I talked about penalties, but here it is. Lewis Hamilton was on a slow lap, wasted over 40 seconds going round, which took him from 5th position he was in, which he could have gone closer to the top. He could have been on podium today, but taking him back to start from 18th position and getting his way back to finish 7th. I think he did a good race today, and I think the stewards should look inward and look at what they are doing. FIA should look inward and look at what they are doing. If they really are giving penalties that are penalties or that are determinant, because what happened between Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri was a racing incident. To me, it was a racing incident. So what happened between George Russell and Max Verstappen too was a racing incident. It should not be a penalty-based incident because they crashed into each other. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri could have crashed into each other, but their tires touched and they both lost tires. Piastri knew he lost tires earlier. He could run in. Lewis Hamilton had to go 1.5 turn round the circuit, round the 310-kilometer circuit before he could get his tire changed. To Lewis Hamilton's fan, I think that was a brilliant race for him, but his race was really compromised by the track, which was not his own fault in the race. And Charles Leclerc coming second, overtaking Sergio Perez towards the end of the race, like Alonso did the last time, really paid him because he was able to come second, which was a good one for the Ferrari team. They are now closer to the Mercedes than they think. They're now 4 points away from the Mercedes, from taking the second position in the Constructors' Championship from Mercedes. Wow, Aston Martin too got closer. They were able to finish strong, got closer. They're now 11 points away from the McLaren in this race. Like I said, Hulkenberg was out in lap 42, Tsunoda in lap 48, and that was how the race panned out. Max Verstappen winning the race, Charles Leclerc second, Sergio Perez third, Esteban Ocon fourth. George Russell was able to overtake Esteban Ocon on the last lap, taking fourth, but he was relegated because of his 5-second penalty from his tangle with Max Verstappen. Lance Stroll fifth, Carlos Sainz Jr. sixth, Lewis Hamilton seventh. He was eighth, but because of George Russell's demotion to eighth, he moved up seventh. Fernando Alonso ninth, Oscar Piastri 10th. Oscar Piastri also took the fastest lap of the race, the 1 point for it, taking 2 points. Charles Leclerc took the driver of the day's position, which had no points attached to it. Pierre Gasly 11th. He suffered battery and power unit issue towards the end of the race. He was running 5th before he suffered that. Alex Albon 12th, Kevin Magnussen 13th, Daniel Ricciardo 14th, Zhou Guanyu 15th, Logan Sargent 16th. A beautiful race for him, but was unable to maintain the pace. Valtteri Bottas 17th, Yuki Tsunoda 18th, Nico Hulkenberg 19th, and Lando Norris 20th. 18, 19, 20 were DNF. That was a good race, and for the Alfa Romeo, they struggled all through this race. Hope to see you guys in Dubai. Hope it will be a very good race in Dubai. For the Red Bull team, Max Verstappen, a big congratulations to them. 18th win of the season for Max Verstappen, 20th win of the season for the Red Bull team. Congratulations and a hippie to them. So watch out for other videos during the week and for the Dubai videos. I love you guys. Always, I love you guys. Thank you for always coming up for me. Thank you for always tuning into my channel. I love you. Bye. Chee.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
I have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber, I think they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your shop plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.